Hello, my name is Becky. Welcome to our Chinese calligraphy lesson for beginners. Today I would like to share with you the 3 tools of practicing Chinese calligraphy. The first thing I would like to show you is the brushes. Actually, we have many different kinds of brushes, but today I would like to introduce you 3 most common used types. Okay, and this one is called Yang. Yang means shape, so it's made of wool. The texture of this kind of brush is very soft, very soft. Okay, and the second thing I would like to show you is called Lang. Lang literally means wolf, but don't worry, it's not made of the wolf's hair. It's made of the yellow weasel's hair. In Chinese, we call the yellow weasels Huang Lang, literally means yellow mouse wolf. So we call this Lang Hao. It's made of the yellow weasel's hair. Okay, the texture of this kind of brush is harder than the wool, and it's very flexible. You can see it's flexible. And this one is the mixture of those two. So for beginners, I will suggest you to use these 2 kinds of brushes. This one is Lang Hao. This one is called Jian Hao, which means the mixture brush. Okay, and for the length, I will suggest you to have a brush which this part is about 3 centimeters to 4 centimeters. It's easier for beginners to control. Okay, and the second thing I would like to share with you is the ink. The ink is a very important thing for Chinese painting and calligraphy. Originally, we used this kind of ink stone and a kind of ink stick to mash the ink. But nowadays, mostly we don't use that. I use this instant inks instead because it's more convenient. But if you want to try the ink stone and the ink stick, that will be, the quality no doubt is much better than this kind of ink, but just because this one is more convenient, that's why we use it. And the ink is made of the we need to burn some oil or burn the pine tree, and we get the smoke, and then we mix the smoke and the glue. Then we press it, and it becomes the ink stone. That was the original way to make the ink stick. And okay, so the third thing I would like to share with you is the paper, which we call 宣纸. This kind of paper, 宣纸, is especially made for the Chinese painting and Chinese calligraphy. So the texture of this paper is very, if you drop a water on it, it's easy to spread. So this kind of paper is not easy to control. Actually, the Chinese calligraphy and Chinese painting is a kind of art with the ink and the paper. So you need to know the texture of different kinds of papers and how to use the ink on different kinds of paper. This one is called Sheng Xuan, which the water is easy to spread. And this one is called Shu Xuan. For beginners, maybe this one is easier to control because the water doesn't spread so fast on this kind of paper. And for our calligraphy lesson for beginners, I would suggest you to buy this kind of paper, which we call 毛边纸, 手工毛边纸 means handmade 毛边纸. I don't know how do we call, but this kind of paper is like a special paper for practicing Chinese calligraphy. So, and it's cheaper than the other 2. So for beginners, I would suggest you to buy this kind of 手工毛边纸. So if you ever go to the Chinatown or the shops in China stands for 手工毛编纸. Okay? By the way, the calligraphy in Chinese is 书法. Tell them you want 手工毛编纸 for 书法. Okay, so you need basically you need three things for our lessons. First, 手工毛编纸, this kind of paper, and a brush which is about 3 to 4 centimeters long, 狼毫 or 尖毫, the wolf's hair or the mixture one, and of course some inks. That's all we need for our lesson. Okay, go to do it, because in next lesson we will actually need to start our practicing of Chinese calligraphy. Okay, see you then.